So this is our last episode of Annegirls that's covering the witching hour. This is our finale, and since the last I think this covers like what, 7 chapters, not 5. I think there's an extra 2 chapters in here that are
I
just
don't know.
bullshit. I don't know, but it's just I'm not even gonna break it down into chapters. I don't have notes, but I also don't want to.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should. I think we should just wrap it up. I think we should
Hmm.
wrap up the horror that is the end of this book because I'm over it.
Hmm. Very over it.
We had so much to say about the first 5 chapters of this book. Now here we are at the end, and I'm like, fuck off.
I think that leaving us with 2 chapters of Michael's sanctimonious bullshit at the end, like, killed the effect that you had from like the whatever, like, however you would describe the
I didn't think the end of this book was that bad. Like
mm,
the Michael shit. I don't.
it blunted it for me. We had
Mm,
we had fucking chaos and pandemonium, and then 2 chapters of sanctimonious. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna wait for her. Everything's gonna be blah blah blah. It's like, shut up, Michael. You stupid bitch. Shut up.
I don't know. It could be because, well, it could be a couple of things. It could be the fact that I'm exhausted as shit. It could be the fact that you left me in the dust and you're already in Lasher. It could be all kinds of stuff. But
Um,
I,
I'm already in Taltos actually, but
oh my God.
I'm sorry. I told you I was gonna come back and read Lasher with you. I just couldn't stop myself. The thing about it is that what is happening with Lasher is interesting. What is happening with Michael has not been interesting the entire fucking book.
It doesn't bother me. You know what bothers me more? And like
Hmm.
I know some shit's coming that's going to make me like hate Michael. I get it. Through this book, I've been annoyed by
You're gonna
Michael.
hate Lasher too. You're gonna hate everyone.
I already know that. I already know Lasher. I already know. Like I've already put my seatbelt on. I refuse to crack open this book besides, to get the page breakdown so I know what I'm getting myself into because I was ill prepared for 60-page fucking chapters
Yeah.
here. I just hate Rowan the most. I just do. I do. She put me through a lot, okay, for no reason. This bitch,
Understandable.
woo! I think I especially hate her because she had the nerve to threaten Lasher for hurting Aaron, and then she goes and threatens Aaron herself. And I don't believe for a second. Okay, I know Michael believes that, she's putting on this thing because she wants to stop Lasher, and oh, her plan failed. She's a fucking doctor sailor. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing.
I think that there is an element of curiosity to it, is
Uh,
that if she has like any kind of like scientific mind beyond her megalomania, is going to want to understand what is going on with
uh,
Lasher. Like, what's the rules here? What is this? But there's also like, he ghost fucked her pretty good. I wouldn't want him to become a person. I think that having him be a ghost that can like bang me from all sides is more attractive personally. Like,
I
and
wasn't even thinking that route.
I don't even have to make him food. I don't have to clean up after him. He's the perfect man as a ghost. So I maybe she thinks that she's gonna have some kind of like great relationship with him once he's a person, but he's also like her kid, and he looks like Michael and her, which is, but I mean, she's a Mayfair and he's a Mayfair. Everyone's Mayfairs here, and they all fuck each other. So I don't even know. That's not even like a downside for her.
I think she thinks because like he'll be in flesh that she'll have some like control over him and what he does. I could already tell you that that's not true. Um, he's a thing the likes of which no one has ever seen, and respectfully, I don't even want him ghost fucking me. I don't want nothing to do with none of it. The instant you show me files about my family history and I learn that I'm like fucking incest trash, I'm out. I'm out this bitch. I'm out.
Well,
Fuck you.
I'm
Fuck my
definitely not having any type of children. That's for sure. Like even with somebody that I'm 100% sure is not related to me, which she failed that one. But
and it's easy to find out. Like you got a team of lawyers, my guy. You know what I
hmm
mean? It takes a little dippity do in the DNA pool. Um, it's not happening for me, and I would have let cousin what's his face burn that house to the ground. Goodbye.
hmm
Goodbye.
that would have been the best case Ontario here, I think. If he put most of the Mayfairs in the house before he burned it down, of course.
I don't even care about them. They don't matter because they're just like silly socialites that don't have the power to do anything. You know what I mean? If I
You're
even
gonna find out that's not the case.
swear to God,
I hear you. I hear you. But just think if so the incest is what's caused the mechanism that's caused Rowan to be able to bring Lasher into the world. And you'll find out more about that later. But
not into it.
yeah,
I'm not, I'm not into it. I'm not into
there
it.
could be more Lashers technically with this family if they keep banging each other.
Well, yeah, it's all math. It's all incest math.
It actually is, and they find like the next designee because Rowan obviously like can't have a baby. Like giving birth to Lasher or whatever kind of fucks her up, or whatever. But there's more that comes. But they have to find another designee, and it's kind of like incest blood quantum is what it seems like they
I
do.
don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I know that I'm grumpy because I'm tired, but I don't fucking want to do it.
I
I don't
know.
want to do it. I'm scarred. I have PTSD from the end of this book. Okay, and I think maybe that's another reason why I don't give a shit about the Michael shit. Because, if he wants to be a Delulu queen, let him. Fucking let him. My thing is, I'm scarred from the whole birth of Lasher scene and then essentially him running around like a sexy Gumby man, waving his little limbs around and giggling like a psychopath, and there's blood everywhere. He's
Sexy
a
Gummy
wacky
man.
inflatable tube man.
He is, yes.
It's gross. That's gross.
All the descriptions of like his little bean-like arms elongating and shit. Like, oh
That's that's all I can think of. And like, ugh. Oh God, no, I'm actually real life nauseous.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I thought that scene was so funny the first time I read this book, but I also was not like paying attention to a good amount of this stuff, and I
nope.
wasn't getting grossed out by any of it.
I
I
was
just thought it was
horrified.
I thought it was just obscenely ridiculous how like incest everything was and like
There's not shit funny about this shit to me. Excuse me, that's how nauseous I am. Like literally, there's not shit funny about and like Michael trying to fight him like you took my baby. You're in my baby. Rowan, you gave him our baby. What the fuck is happening right now?
yeah. And then Michael having a cardiac infarction and falling into the pool because that bitch wants to die by water. That bitch just wants to die by water. He is like a magnet. It's like a magnet to him. Just
I'm
pulling
over it.
him.
You're not a mermaid. This isn't a mermaid book. You were supposed they literally okay, that's another thing though. If if the ghost who originally fucking tried to murder me, okay, tell me that I'm not fucking special, okay, and that you know their plan wasn't what I thought it was, and I still survived. I'm out. I'm out. I survived it. I'm out. Rowan left in the house. I would have burned that shit to the ground. There's blood
Mm.
everywhere. You know what I mean? Like I fought weird my weird what demon baby in this house. My
Yeah.
wife fucked it first in this house. I'm out. I'm out skis. And
Like,
he can just use all her money. I am out. I'm gonna get an island of bitches. I'm gonna live there.
I would have been out a long time ago.
I mean,
Like
yeah.
if I'm putting myself in this situation, I would have been out from the get. So
I don't know. He
I'm
was
not about that
really.
kind of drama. Like I don't need
Oh,
it.
also, he can just use his hands now.
Hmm.
Well, you blew your load. You're a normal do nothing dude. I'm out. I will go be a regular man elsewhere. Okay. Fuck the house in Destin. Fuck this house. I'm out.
Not to
Oh,
mention, like, it would be so easy for him with access to like so much money to just buy whatever house he wanted and just start a new life. But no,
buy
he's
an
like,
island of bitches.
yep, buy an island of bitches. That's what I'd be doing.
Right.
An island of skinny, lanky, hot dudes.
I'll take them in all shapes as long as they're not Rowan shaped.
True.
Bitch.
Or Michael shaped.
Or
No
Lasher shape.
fucking dark curly hair.
Just kidding. I mean, newborn Lasher shape. Be like one of Lasher shapes.
What?
I said as long as it's not newborn Lasher shape, because you like one of the Lasher shapes.
Yeah, I guess. Fucking A.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you have to like Lasher itself.
Mm-mm.
I wish we could go back to when I thought that Lasher was actually Satan. That probably would have been a better
Oh, it's
situation.
gonna get so much worse too. Like
Okay.
my experience of this is like in the beginning, personally, just based on the books that I've read in the past, Lasher comes in and he's mysterious. He's a little Byronic. He's punting bitches like Peter. I'm a little bit on Lasher's side. Lasher wins me over pretty easily. He's also very romantic, but like in like that mysterious kind of thing. So you know that I buy into that a little bit. I get a little involved in it. And then Lasher essentially, once he finds his way, finagles his way into the realm of the living, he just becomes kind of like the indifference of the universe in human form or in humanoid form, right? He just like he doesn't give a fuck about anyone or anything else. He's only about propagating himself. He doesn't care about anything. Like all of the romance and all of the like cool shit he did, like killing Peter in the past, that's all out the window. He's never gonna like do anything for like a good reason again because now it's just like the way that this race is. And
I
it's
don't know. I'm
fucked.
not there yet. I don't know
I know.
anything about it. I don't know anything about it.
And this scene at the end of this book is nasty. I don't want anything to do with this. Like I don't it's not sexy. It's weird. She talks about the way his dick looks as that he,
Immediately.
yes.
Immediately out the womb. She's like, oh
It's
wow. What?
it's given Metal Angel, okay? When this guy wills himself into a human form, he imagines the way his cock is going to look in these pants. And I feel
I'm tired. I literally am so tired.
I'm sorry. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's so much here that is interesting. I don't know why we had to use like just excessive
But
amounts of incest as the mechanism to do
yeah,
this.
for
Like
as
I
long as the story is, there's not a whole lot of shit in it.
mm-mm. It's
Definitely
just
not black.
but like the gothic backstory of the family and like the different things that the family was into, that appeals to me in a sense, especially like the house that is haunted by their like myriad lives and the terrible things they did and their different personalities, and it's like this battery that's holding all of this energy from all of
Yeah,
these
but
different people.
you have to pick through a lot of bullshit to get
Oh,
that
you
stuff.
do. You do. 100%.
You know, like it has these moments that I think are so scary. Like, you know, Charlotte possessing the old guy and the ghosts in the house, the shit in the jar. That stuff is
Yeah.
scary. Even the party where they kill Stuart Townsend, you know? But it's just it's so far apart.
Yeah.
And you have to wade through all of this with this crazy stupid incest. I mean, like really. That's where you want to spend your details is in the incest.
She spends her details. It's just like with when I was talking about, because I've been editing our older episodes. In the earlier chapters, I was like really frustrated how much like detail work she was giving Michael, like the word count, versus like Rowan, who's like got this entire life that she is upending and just completely like setting aside to do something that she said she was never going to do. And we don't really, and I think that that's probably why Rowan's a little bit cardboard and a little bit unlikable, because she doesn't have like any emotional reaction that you really see to that. You're not sympathizing with Rowan as she's going through what should be fucking traumatizing. Not to mention like the stuff on the plane. If she was a normal person, that would be fucking traumatic. That wouldn't just be ha ha ha. I felt a little what did she say? Violated. I felt a little violated, but and then
I'm a
Michael got all like over it, like huffy and like
No, I'm going to I wouldn't be able to. Okay, let's just say this happened to me. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Um on top of that, I'm on my way to my dead mom's funeral who I've never fucking met. I would get through that shit, but I'm immediately pouring my resources into like I'm going to church. I have a haunted coochie emergency. I need help. How am I supposed to resume regular life when my coochie's haunted? Or
I'm
at least that's
going,
what I would think. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't know. I would like do some like coochie banishing and then I would take the money and go to the other side of the planet. And if that didn't work, then I would build a dick ship and go to Mars because fuck this.
I mean,
I'm
she would
not
probably be like
playing
a
into this.
houseboat in the middle of the ocean. Like, fuck y'all.
Right.
I'm going out here.
She's a Dr. Sailor. See, I don't have any want to be in the ocean. I don't have any want to be on a boat. I have considered going on a poop boat once and only once, and that's because there were pretty
What?
boys on it. That's it. A cruise
Oh,
ship, a poop boat. Come on. That everyone gets the shits when they're on a cruise ship. You don't get on a cruise ship without shitting yourself stupid. That's
I have my only cruise. I didn't get sick at all. Thank you.
I'm just saying, every time I have seen too many pictures of cruise ships with like shit coming down the walls, like liquid shit coming down the walls. I'm not doing that for
Where have
any
you ever
reason.
seen something like that? I've
Oh,
never
look it
seen
up. I've
that. No,
seen it.
no, I'll pass.
I can send
I'll
it to
pass.
you.
Nope. I'll pass, just like I'll pass on having my coochie haunted. I'll pass on letting, you know, a lasher, jump inside my baby. I'm not. I will pass on marrying Michael. I will pass.
My question is based on the narrative. Like, do we think that she really let Lasher jump inside the baby?
Yeah.
Like, she seemed very confused about how it was going to happen, like, right before the scenes before it even happened.
I don't believe that though. I don't believe that at all. I feel like she had a really good fucking understanding. I feel like she was dreaming about that. She was dreaming about that shit. I know she knew, okay? She just does this thing where she likes to play coy. It's like she's trying to fucking trick herself. And I don't know why
hmm
she does that. And there could be many arguments saying no, she had no idea. I don't fucking buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at
I
all.
think I think
You
what
know
is
what?
interesting about her though is that she does play coy with herself,
She does.
which is
It's
weird.
fucking weird. Like she
hmm
obviously has like a little shame in there where she's like, she knows I shouldn't be fucking like this, but I am. And I feel like it's like a defense mechanism so that she can play like she's a normal bitch. But she's not. She thinks more highly of herself than anybody, including Lasher. She does.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Rowan.
I've
I
hated her
hate
from the get, like, to be honest with you. I just like
I
honestly
really
with
hate her.
Michael there, I just have a hard time with
My
hating the
thing
other
is
people.
my thing about her is she makes me fucking tired. But she makes me tired because if she was confused, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there would be an element of fear, right? Because there's fear in the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Then she would get some fucking help. At least try. She would at least try.
Hmm.
She did not at any point fucking try.
I will just tell you right now, for all the disappointment we're feeling right now, going over the ending of this book, I just
It's not.
want you to know that the next book is way worse. I'm
I
hoping that the third
literally,
book's better.
I literally knew I didn't want to hear what you were gonna say.
I'm
I didn't want to
sorry.
hear.
I'm
I don't want to
sorry.
hear. My consolation is that neither book
Is
is
this
a
long? Yeah.
because fuck that. Okay,
I would say that I liked the second book better than the first book, but the ending made me madder. So maybe you'll enjoy it better. Maybe you won't hate the ending because you didn't hate like the Michael chapters at the end of
I
this
didn't.
like I did.
I
Because
didn't.
it was just I just wanted it to be done, I think. That was my problem with it is like I don't need to hear about your bullshit, Michael, shut up. And I also know like he's gonna get up to some bullshit in like the first two chapters of the next book, and I
You know what?
knew
To be
that was
fair,
coming.
I just remembered that I skimmed that last chapter.
Yeah, I did too. The last two chapters I skimmed.
No, I only did the last one. The second to last one I just feel like wasn't that bad, but by the last of it, I was just like, meh, like, meh. Like we're done here.
Yeah, I think that that was part of the problem with the end of this. Also, just like he was so hokey. I don't. It's like his whole Christmas shit. I just.
I didn't buy that either, but whatever.
It's weird. You're weird. There's no way. He was like suspicious of her behavior, but he didn't do anything to stop it either, like before it was too late. And apparently, I think that Aaron doesn't either, but it's explained later that Aaron was told not to interfere by the Talamasca, so
Well, yeah, they're like,
Aaron's
but
off the
that's their
hook.
thing. That's their thing is not interfering.
Yeah.
In the
This is
shadows, and he was
it's
doing more than
yeah. It's just like Star Trek with the Prime Directive. I was waiting to sneak a Star Trek reference in.
I saw you, even though I don't have my glasses on. I'm fucking tired.
Sorry.
So fucking tired.
Hey, I haven't got a Star Trek reference in for a while.
That's true. That's true. That's true. You can have that. I'm just so fucking happy to be done with this goddamn book. It feels
Yes.
really good. I fucking made it because I jumped ship when we read The Shining. But this is
Mm,
different. It's
we're in
different. I mean,
this.
we could do a Stephen King guy, but I'm not gonna reread it. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'm not doing that.
We're in this for the long run because when we're done with Mayfair, we've got Vampire Chronicles and we've got the erotica ones and we've
Oh yeah,
got
that's gonna be a nice
the
break.
Christian
And then
ones. Ramsey.
I liked the first Jesus one. I didn't read the second one. I liked
Okay.
the Mummy, Ramses the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was bussin'. Um, and for the most part, I freaking love the Vampire Chronicles. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why. I mean, none of those have the amount of fucking incest this book has. Maybe she just had all that stuff. Just like she's like, what is the worst thing I could fucking write about? Like, what is the
Yeah.
worst shocking shit? And then she just stuffed it all into like one little story.
Yeah, maybe she was trying to make it like as taboo as possible
Yeah.
because like where it would come from something or like explaining how it would work where like nobody else would ever be this bad, like nothing else would be this convoluted. Like there's no like there's incest in families. We have the British royal family. They are fucked. As are all of Europe's royalty. All a bunch of cousin fuckers, but they're not as bad as the Mayfairs. She could
Nobody's
also be a royalist sympathizer that was trying to be like not as bad as the Mayfairs. At least we're done with this one. If nothing else, the other two are not as long.
oh. Yeah. There's nothing else to say. We're
There
done.
really isn't. Yeah, there really isn't anything else to say. Like, oh, I guess we could give it shots at this point because we finished the whole book.
Yeah.
I don't know, like concept wise, three chuds. Execution wise, I mean, if you're talking about like storytelling or like not making me want to puke, one chud. If we're talking about like technical wise, like five chuds, it's just like it's all over the place. It's like this is a really well written book. There's good storytelling elements to it. There's good lore elements to it, but there's a whole lot of shit I don't even want to fucking think about. And I don't like that it makes me think about it. And I want to cut my head open, pull my brain out, and put it in a vat of bleach.
Yeah. I'm not fucking rating it. On a scale of would I ever um pick this book back up and no.
Mm-mm.
One and done. I'm not
Yep.
gonna read it again. No.
This is the second time I've read it, and it will be the last time. I
Like
might
some
even
stuff
sell it.
it was like we're talking about craft, like she's a great writer.
Mm-hmm.
Great writer, but like oh my god, she made me suffer. So like no.
Yeah.
No.
Bring off with that shit. Well, that's it for this. We'll be back with what's next? Lasher. We're gonna take a short break, but we'll be back
Oh.
with Lasher. So yep. Thank you for listening to the Annegirls podcast. You can find us on the internet at annegirls.ghostinthemagazine.site.